to a new RFM 103.7. Every Wednesday we welcome him back out of the wilderness of the workplace. We welcome into our workplace. It is our exercise physiologist, Mark Goswell. Mate, how are you today?
I'm fantastic, and it's nice to step out of the workplace and into your workplace.
Now, see, every week we bring you in. Every week there's every week you know that Wednesday, this is what I do. I come in here. We're very consistent. And today that's your topic when it comes to being in a state of rehabilitation, that consistency is very much the key. Why is that, Mark?
Because basically our bodies are inherently lazy, and so...
I knew I got it from somewhere. I got it from myself.
No, so what I mean by that is our bodies will always find the easiest way to do things. So whenever we get into a movement pattern, whenever we get into a behaviour, our body will always find the easiest way to do it if we don't think about it. And so people will come and see us. They've got injuries, they've got ailments. We provide them with the corrective exercises and the corrective movements that improve their behaviour and improve their function. But inherently, they'll go back into those sort of same behaviours. So we see
like I'm doing right now. I'm slouching. It's the easiest. It's the easiest. But it's wrong.
Well,
I always start reasonably okay, but then
all it is so prime example for slouching is that you actually recruit a lot less muscle when you're slouching than when you're sitting upright. So our bodies, as I said, we find the easiest way to do things, and unfortunately, we'll give people the corrective exercises and they get better, so they get pain free and they feel fabulous and they feel fantastic, and they think I'm fixed. The problem is they're not fixed. They're just managing their condition and managing their injury a lot better.
So in reality, you've prescribed, if you will, some sort of corrective behaviour, a new way of doing things, because that's what your body needs to do to get out of the lazy way, which has probably hurt you to begin with, or not healed you. It is something you need to continue with and not just sort of fall back into our lazy ways.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the realities are, like when we get people coming in, we'll always say, they'll work hard to get to that point of being better and being pain-free and getting back to their normal activities and function. Then literally they need to do something at least once every 7 to 10 days for about an hour to maintain that. So those corrective exercises should be done every 7 to 10 days, because funnily enough, it only takes 14 days of inactivity for our body to actually make functional losses. So it's not a lot of time before it takes our body to sort of start breaking down and finding really bad ways to move again.
Well, that's a fair point, and particularly since it takes a while to sort of start building, to get yourself on the right track anyway, and then to just within a couple of weeks just be going backwards.
And it's gone, and so it's sort of just that knowledge and that understanding and that awareness that as long as you've just got the right movement patterns and the right exercises, and any exercise physiologist that you see should give you some sort of holding patterns or some go-to exercises that you should do all the time. And I always bring it back to, like, if you ever have a 3-year-old at home and you ask a 3-year-old to pick up a basketball or a soccer ball or something, they will do a textbook perfect squat without coaching, without education. Their body just knows how to do it. Now you ask a 12-year-old to do that. First they'll give you some cheek, but then they'll bend over. They'll bend over at the hips and and do it the wrong, or they'll do it the easiest way. So you use a lot less muscle to bend over as you would when you're squatting. So our bodies always find the easiest way to do things. So, when people come in and do their rehab exercises, we just show them how to move properly again. But you've got to be consistent.
Based on this theory, and I think it's a valid one, I would be a dream client for you. You'd have me for the next 20 years.
And we do have the turn up. Yeah, we have the clients that turn up regularly. I was saying off air, that guy I've literally seen him once a year for the last 3 years because he just keeps getting back into that same old patterns.
He gets to that 2-week mark and then just drops off.
Might
not be 2 weeks, but it does happen.
He does drop off eventually.
All right, Mark, a great chat this week. We'll talk to you same time next Wednesday morning.
I will be here.
All right, there is our exercise physiologist, Mark Goswell. If you have something you'd love him to cover, consistently make your way up to our email address. It's askmark@2nurfm.com.